Okay.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It is February 2026. ACA OEP is over. We're right in the middle of Medicare OEP. So I'm going to give you guys just a quick little rundown on ACA and Medicare. So on ACA, guys, it's ACA is not dead, but ACA right now is a special enrollment type of season. You have to find an eligible SEP. In the past 4 years, it's been pretty much a free-for-all. We could do whatever we wanted. There was no documentation required. It was, just get people in kind of scenario. Well, under the new administration, that now is shut down. So now you have to have an eligible SEP. There's literally no loopholes to get people in. Okay. And then I have videos on those. Now for Medicare, we're in an OEP season to the end of March. And the Medicare OEP, very different from the ACA OEP. The Medicare OEP is just a scenario where if they have an Advantage plan, an MA only and an MAPD, they can make a change. That's it. One final change. So the first app wins. Here's the deal with MAPDs. Most of them already have dental, but there's nothing to say that you can't stack on their dental policy to it. Or if you are selling Medicare supplements, then this is a no-brainer. You've got to throw in the dental product into your presentation for MedSup and PDP. So with that, we're going to be talking about dental because I will tell you this, guys, on the ACA product, that dental that comes built in, pretty crappy. Okay. Sometimes, or in fact, I would think the majority of the time, it is just a straight up preventative for the children, pediatric, but there's hardly anything for the adult. And the issue that I have run into when you do find an ACA plan and they have a little extra dental for the adults, the network is kind of crappy. I just don't like pairing it together. It's like a little marriage. So I would much rather have a standalone dental that is not tied in with their medical plan. So with that, we're going to be talking about Ameritas, their dental and vision portfolio. And we've got Lori here from Ameritas kind of give us the whole scoop on their plan and what they have for 2026. Lori, it is all yours.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Luis. As Luis indicated, oh, 1 second here.
And FYI, Lori, we can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. And as Luis indicated, my name is Lori Terry. I'm with Ameritas. I'm the regional marketing or managing director here and partner with the brokerage, partner with Luis, partner with all of you. So no matter what state you're located in, I follow you to whatever state you write business in. And as we know, not all states are created equal. We're going to talk about that when we talk about our state-specific plans. A little bit about Ameritas. We are based in Lincoln, Nebraska. We have been selling dental since 1959, vision since 1984. This is what we know. This is what we know well. As Luis knows, we are an awesome standalone individual dental and vision carrier. In fact, last year, 2025, during fourth quarter, we surpassed $2 billion of in-force dental and vision, and almost $2 billion, and almost 400 million of that was individual. So there is opportunity out there. And what's so great about this training is that you can sell individual dental and vision 365 days out of the year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So even though Luis mentioned that there's certain enrollment periods with ACA or with Medicare, dental, you can sell all year long. And I promise it's not a matter of if, but when. at some point you are going to be asked about individual dental vision. And as Luis indicated, maybe someone does have a little bit of coverage currently, but they want more robust coverage. They want coverage for implants. Having a standalone plan that we do not coordinate the benefits, but it can help your client have more robust dental and vision coverage. So with that, I am going to take myself off screen as I can see my screen in my glasses there, so that I'm not disruptive. And you can see the PowerPoint right now, so that is good. Okay, so we're going to talk about some Ameritas highlights, our portfolio, our agent marketing site, and actually walk through an actual enrollment as well. So with that, let's get started. Ameritas has been in the news, and actually for good reason, which is exciting. Money Magazine said that Ameritas is one of the best dental insurance plans out there. Forbes Advisors said one of the best dental insurance for seniors. CNN underscored one of the best dental insurance companies. So this is nice. This is not something that Ameritas made up this recognition and gave ourselves. This is coming from outside, just recognizing what we offer. So what makes us different? Well, we offer Preventive Plus. Preventive Plus means that when you have an annual maximum, any preventive claim is not going to count against the annual max. So your client's annual max is only for basic and major claims. We do not have waiting periods on preventive, basic, or major claims. We do not have a lifetime limit on implants. And just recently, we increased our annual maximums last August. We have a plan that offers teeth whitening, child orthodontics, and a hearing benefit. And our enrollment, and Luis knows this so much, our enrollment is so simple. We hear this all the time. Your client can enroll today, have coverage as early as tomorrow. And there's no enrollment, no app, no association fees. There's no member text or email enrollment verification that goes back and forth. It's truly seamless. We also offer credit for prior coverage, and we're going to talk about that in more detail. We're not going to ask for social security numbers, but we will need your client to have a credit card or their banking information available at enrollment. Because we offer next day coverage, we need to be able to pull premium out of their account as early as tomorrow. So with that, let's look at our plan designs.
Hey, Lori, one quick question. When you said no socials, and I run into this a lot on my side, especially here in Southern Texas, close to the border, do they have to be U.S. citizens or permanent residents to have access to the dental and vision plan?
We do not ask that. We don't ask if they're a U.S. citizen in the enrollment process. We are going to ask for their address, what their address is, date of birth, if they're married, but we are not going to ask for social security numbers. So that's going to be up to you, the member.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much, guys, anybody can get this as long as they have, all the other information. Okay.
So we have 3 plan designs: a low, medium, high. Low, medium, high. Each one of these plans, by the way, were created for a specific target audience. But as a reminder, anyone age 18 or older can enroll in any one of the plans. Anyone can enroll in any one of the plans. So this light plan, the Care Light plan, was created for that 26-year-old, for example, or someone with a very healthy mouth. So notice, your client enrolls today. As early as tomorrow, they have a $750 annual max, which is a annual max that is a benefit year. not a calendar year annual max. After 12 months of being on the plan, it bumps up to $1,500 per person per benefit year. Deductible will be the same on all the plans. $0 for preventive, $50 for a basic or major claim with a family cap of $150. Preventive, in-network, day one, 100% coverage. So you can see the exams, the cleanings, the bite wings are covered 100%. And those claims do not count against the $750 annual max. So that $750 is for basic or major claims. You'll see it day one, 50% basic coverage. After 12 months, it bumps up to 10%. Major is covered at 10%. After 12 months, it bumps up to 20%. Likewise, basic bumps up after 12 months from 50 to 80% coinsurance. And this is what Ameritas pays, that coinsurance level. Plan 2 is called the Care Boost. This plan was created for a young professional or for someone with a young family, for example. Annual max a little bit higher. Day one, $1,000 annual max. After 12 months, it bumps up to $2,500 per person per benefit year. Deductible operates the same as the first plan. Preventive, again, in-network covered 100%. You'll notice in this plan, exams, cleanings, bite wings, fluoride, sealant, space maintainers are covered 100%. It includes Preventive Plus, and those claims do not count against the annual max. Basic, day one is covered at 65%, and then it bumps up to 80% after 12 months. Major, 20% coinsurance, and then it bumps up to 50%. Now, under major on this plan, teeth whitening is also included, as well as implants. Now, with implants, for the first 12 months, a member can use $500 out of their $1,000 annual max towards implants. After 12 months, they can use $1,000 out of their $2,500 per benefit year towards implants and thereafter. This plan also includes child ortho for new ortho treatments. So 15% coinsurance the first 12 months, then it bumps up to 50% with a lifetime max of $1,000. Again, anyone can enroll in this plan, but this plan, because of the sealant, space maintainers, fluoride, was created more for the young family. But young professionals love the teeth whitening. And Care Complete, our high plan, operates exactly the same way. Day one, $2,000 annual max, and then it bumps up to $3,500 per person per benefit year. Deductibles exactly the same. Preventive is covered also day one, 100%, and those claims do not count against the annual max. You can see basic is covered day one at 80%, and then it bumps up to 90% after 12 months. And major, likewise, 20% the first 12 months, then bumps up to 50%. This plan also includes implant coverage, but the first 12 months, members can use $1,000 towards implants, and after 12 months, $1,500 towards implants out of their annual max. This plan also includes a hearing benefit, so they can go anywhere for a hearing exam, and if you find out you need hearing aids, members would have $200 per ear to use towards a hearing aid. After 12 months, $400 per ear. This plan was created for the 65 plus market, but if you have a client who has a child who needs a hearing aid, this may be a perfect plan for them. Again, anyone can enroll in any one of our plans, but you do have to be 18 to be the main policy holder. You can have children on your plan, but a child needs to be on a plan with a legal guardian or a parent. So, credit for prior coverage that we brought up earlier is very important to understand and a huge benefit for your clients. What this means is that if you have a client who has a current individual plan or a group plan that they have had in place for at least 12 consecutive months with the same carrier. They terminate that plan and within 60 days apply for one of the plans that we just talked about. From their termination date to their effective date, it cannot be more than 60 days. They could be eligible for credit for prior coverage. All we're going to ask for is, what is the name of your carrier? What was your policy number? What date did you terminate your coverage? And as long as their plan is not a DHMO, a discount, or a scheduled plan, they could be eligible. So what does this mean? Looking back at the Care Complete plan, if your client is eligible for credit for prior coverage, when they enroll, they come in with the $2,000 annual max. They come on the plan with $1,000 to use towards implants and $200 per year to use towards hearing. But the co-insurance bumps up to year 2. So as early as tomorrow, they could be at 100% preventive co-insurance, 90% basic, 50% major. It's year 2 co-insurance levels. So they don't have to wait 12 months to get to 50% on major, for example. Now, the only 2 states we do not offer this in are New Mexico and Washington. But it's a huge benefit, especially for someone who may be coming off a Medicare Advantage plan, or if their plan terminated the dental benefit and they are looking at, and they're still within the 60-day window right now, they could be eligible for credit for prior coverage. So I'm going to stop there. That was a lot of information, Luis. Any questions or any comments you want to make about this?
No, I think, well, one comment was the preventative doesn't go towards the maximum, and that is true. So that preventative care cost doesn't eat up your benefit amount. So that's a big plus. So I'm correct on that, right, Lori?
Correct. Big benefit.
Okay. Gotcha. And this dental for this credit for prior coverage, guys, this is pretty huge. So if they've got dental with a work plan that they're coming off, definitely make sure that you're asking so that you can give them this credit, because this puts them into year 2 benefits, which now are pretty darn sweet. We got one question here. Can you stack this with a group employer plan that they may have?
A great question. And remember, Luis, when you said year 2 benefits, it's year 2 co-insurance. The annual max stays the same, and the implant or the hearing or the child ortho, but it's the co-insurance that bumps up to year 2. And
Okay.
yes, you can have this plan alongside an employer group plan or even another individual plan, but you cannot have 2 Ameritas plans. So the group plan cannot be a group Ameritas plan or another individual Ameritas plan. But otherwise, we do not coordinate benefits with individual. When we receive a claim, we are going to pay that. Now, if you have someone who's on a Medicare Advantage plan and they did not terminate coverage, but they just want to add this alongside their current plan for a more robust dental plan, for example, they just come in with year 1 benefits in year 1 co-insurance. It's just if they terminate, and from their termination date to their effective date is 60 days or less. Now, when I talk about credit for prior coverage, this is also very important. Think about 26-year-olds out there who are coming off their parents' plan. What do they do? Where do they go if they don't have an employer plan? So if they apply within 60 days, again, they can come on with credit for prior coverage. Also, think about someone who's enrolled in COBRA and now they exhaust their COBRA. If they apply within 60 days, they could get credit for prior coverage. Or someone who doesn't want a COBRA So there's a lot of opportunities. And when you bring up group plans, think about employers who have part-time employees not eligible for the group plan. Those are great potential clients for an individual plan. Dental and vision being the second and third most requested benefits, if you have connections into an employer group, this is great. This can be great. You can go sit in the break room and talk about individual, what employer doesn't want healthy employees with a healthy mouth and good vision, because they know it's going to increase productivity and decrease absenteeism. So a lot of opportunity there. Again, we're just talking about ways to grow your book of business. And if you haven't sold individual in the past, it's not scary. Please reach out to Louise. Please reach out to us so that we can help you. Because once you sell one, you're going to find another one. You're going to start uncovering and seeing opportunities that you may not have seen in the past.
Hey, Lori, one of the agents signed up for Ameritas that started effective 2/1. Is it too late for her to add this credit for prior coverage?
Yes, you need to do that during your initial enrollment. Yes, during initial enrollment. Now, if it's a short amount of time and didn't realize this at the time, you need to cancel that policy and then just re-enroll. But you need to do it during your enrollment. Now, we don't want to encourage a lot of that going on back and forth, but let your clients know during initial enrollment, you need to put this information, because you cannot enroll in an Ameritas plan without going past this screen for credit for prior coverage.
Okay, so there you go, Ashley.
So let's talk about network. So our network is huge. In fact, we have over 702,000 access points across the country. And it is our Ameritas Classic network. Those in our network have agreed to 25 to 50% off their regular rate. Network providers are all across the United States and all 50 states, as well as Mexico. And members can visit anyone in any state. So you don't have to just see someone that's in your city or town. And perfect for snowbirds. Sometimes there's people that from Wisconsin see their provider during the summer in Wisconsin and someone in Texas during the winter. So you can go to any provider. Now, this is a slide that I know some agents have actually printed, laminated, and keep in front of them when they're meeting with their clients. Everything is zip code rated. So this is looking at the 692 zip code and the cost of a crown. Without insurance, it's just under $1,200. So your client enrolls in a plan and as early as tomorrow has coverage for a crown. They go to someone in the network. With our network discount, it brings the cost down to $647. Day one coverage with 20% coinsurance, the cost of the crown is now $518. After 12 months, or when coinsurance bumps up to 50%, this would show the value of having credit for prior coverage. Now the cost of that crown is $324. So it shows the value of having insurance, going to someone in the network, using the insurance, but also maintaining it. Because you know where there's one crown, chances are there's going to be another one before too long. And so if you have clients that say, well, it's just a wash, what I would pay for insurance is the same as what I just pay my dentist when I go in for a cleaning. Well, that's great when you go in for a cleaning, but now what happens when the dentist says you need a root canal, a crown, and an implant? Now you have a dental plan, a true plan that's going to help with those major claims. It's an invisible safety net. So with that, I'm going to transition into vision. We have two vision plans. VSP is our high plan. And when I say high plan, the reason I say that is off to the far right, benefit frequencies. Your clients get an exam and are eligible for an exam every 12 months lenses, contacts, frames every 12 months with a 150 frame or contact allowance. You can see going in network to a VSP choice network provider. We call this plan our choice plan, but it utilizes the VSP choice network as well. The benefit is greater. Then we have a low plan called our IMED Select. It's with utilizing IMED Access Network. We call it the Select plan. And I say low plan because off to the right, you can see the benefit frequencies of 12, 24, 24. So your clients still get an eye exam every 12 months, but lenses, contacts, or frames every 24 months. And frame and contact allowance of 130. So any questions there, Luis?
No, I when I offer these guys, my biggest difference when I tell them between the iMed network or the high and the low is how often do they want a pair of glasses or contacts. If they want the 12 months, then use the one with the high, the VSP. And it's about a $6 a month difference is what you're looking at. And I would just tell you I got my eyes done, so I don't need it anymore. But a lot of vision providers love VSP. I don't know. iMed, it's okay. But for some reason, VSP was kind of the Cadillac network to be part of.
Yes. And it can be, I mean, they're both great networks. And when you are sitting across from your client, and if you can see that they have glasses on, it's a simple question. How often do you get glasses or contacts? If they say every year, well, then you're going to want to talk VSP. If they say, oh, every couple, 3, 4, 5 years, well, then iMed's going to be your most cost-effective plan, and you may want to talk about this plan as well. So, again, great offering. So now we're going to talk about enrollment, the marketing site, the producer portal, and some other information here. And by the way, I'm going to be sending Luis this PowerPoint afterwards. I apologize. I should have said this earlier. So you can just relax and watch the next few minutes and not have to take a ton of notes. So this is just a screenshot of what the enrollment looks like. And again, just as a reminder, we do not coordinate benefits on individual dental. We do on group, but not on individual. And you can see point number 3 down here. We ask about previous coverage. If they had coverage the previous 12 months with the same carrier, we ask a couple questions, and they cannot bypass that. So they need to do that during the initial enrollment. Okay. And this is a screenshot of the marketing site. We're going to talk about, very important, where you can find state-specific plans, as well as assistance, pre-sale assistance, if you have questions. So if you're not appointed with Ameritas, you're going to want to get appointed with Luis. Fill out appointment paperwork, send it back to him. They're going to get it into Ameritas. And once you're in our system, Ameritas is going to send you a welcome email. In that welcome email is going to have your personal URL link. This is the link that you're going to want to use to write all your business on. This is how we track what you sell and how we are able to pay you commission. Now, how you use this link is up to you. You can email it to your client. You can put it in a newsletter. You can put it on social media. You can put it on a website. Totally up to you. Okay. Producer portal. This is how you can track your book of business. And in that welcome email, along with your personal URL link, there's going to be information to get registered for the producer portal. You'll want to do this so that you can track your book of business. You can see cases. You can view your commission statements. You could order ID cards for clients if you want online, look up providers. The producer portal is for you as an agent to keep track of your book of business. We also have an app for members. So once they enroll in a plan, they can download an app, and on that app, they can look up providers, they can view their benefits, follow and track their EOBs and claims, see how much is left in their annual max, and their ID card will be there. So that is the app. And so with that, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and just pull up an enrollment. And Luis, if there are any questions, please let me know.
Yes, we have somebody who wants to run rates. So since you're going to share that, I'll give you a zip code and let's see what some rates. Can you go through the rate process and then proceed through the enrollment?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you confirm you can see the man and woman jogging?
Yes, here we go. Perfect. And guys, this is just a generic one, but when you get your own PURL, that's the enrollment site that you want to use. Here's what I do, guys. It's in my email signature box. When I'm doing my nurturing of my clients, I'm included in there. What's really cool about this is they can self-enroll. They can do all this work and enroll themselves, and you still get paid just like if you were to do it for them. So that PURL is gold, guys. Make sure that you're utilizing it. And this is what it's going to look like. Go ahead, Lori.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there is no paper enrollment. Everything needs to be done through your personal URL link. And there's 3 ways for people to enroll. You can either email your link to someone and they can apply online. You can be sitting right next to your client and you can type in the information for them. Or you can be sharing a screen like we are as well. And you can also type in the information, ask them the questions, and enroll for them because we do not require wet signature. So I'm going to click, I like to use this link, find a provider right here. So what I want to show you quickly is just how to look up a provider in our network. So you put in, for example, a city, Ormond Beach, Florida. So I put in the name of a city, and you can see that there is, for Mexico, you would click there to look up providers in Mexico. But now I'm going to click search. So now I can do a filter if I want to. You can always select distance, do whatever, but you can see that there are 401 providers within the Ormond Beach area. And this is about a 10-mile radius. Those who populate in magenta, so Justin right here is someone who has agreed to some of the deepest discounts Ameritas gives. So if you have a client who needs a lot of work done in their mouth, you are going to want to recommend that they consider seeing someone in magenta because their annual max will stretch further. But anyone who's in here and populates, even if they're not in magenta, is in our network. Now we update this every single night, but as a heads up, if Brian, for example, Hazen, retired last week but did not notify us, we don't remove anyone until we hear from them. So when your clients are making an appointment, they may want to verify, is, Dr. Hazen in the Ameritas PPO network versus does Dr. Hazen take Ameritas? Because if he retired or if he left our network last week, we will still process claims for out-of-network providers, but they don't get the 25 to 50% discount that those in the network do. So those are 2 different questions. Do you take Ameritas or are you in the Ameritas PPO network? Just as a heads up. So we do have a 98% persistency with our network. And so we do not lose providers very often. But as a heads up, it's always great, whether it's medical, dental, vision, to just reconfirm that someone is in the Ameritas network. Okay, so now.
And Lori, I'm going to give you a zip code. Can you type in 78260?
78260. Yes, so this is going to show you how simple it is. And as Luis mentioned, it should never say Sales Connect in the upper right-hand corner. When you click on this, when you receive your link, it should have your name, your email, your telephone number, and there's even a place if you want to upload a logo or a picture, you can, but you have to do that through the producer portal. So now I won't scroll down and talk about everything, but you're going to just click Get Started. This is where we're going to ask, do you need dental? Yes. Vision? Yes. How many need coverage? Is it a full family or one person? I'm just going to say one. You click Next, and there's your proposal. The light, the boost, and the complete. So now, if you want, you see the share button right next to dental plans. I can now just share that with my client, and it will pull this up. They don't have to put in their zip code. You've done that. So now they select a plan. It's going to take them right to vision. Here's the low plan. Here's the high plan. I'm going to select the high plan, and now I can share it. Notice when I select a plan, it's outlined in blue. So I can share that with my client, or if I know they want to buy these two plans, I'm going to click Review and Purchase. So for the two plans, the two high plans, it would be $65.74 a month. I can also, in the right-hand corner, share this with my client, and only those two plans pop up. So you've made it even simpler for your client to go in and just click Enroll Now. Enroll Now is now the screenshot that was in that PowerPoint we just went through. They get to pick their effective date. They can pick it as early as tomorrow, or they can go out 90 days. So I'm just going to pick tomorrow. It's going to ask for an email address. We push Continue, and this is where we ask basic information. Their home address, their city, the state. You'll notice that the state and zip code automatically populate from screen 1. They just have to put in the name of the city, their telephone number, no social security numbers. Then once that's complete, they push Continue. We would ask the same information for any dependents. They push Continue. This is where we're going to ask for credit for prior coverage. Push Continue. Again, their effective date and their term date cannot be more than 60 days apart. They push Continue, review, plug in their payment information, agree, and within 5 minutes, they're going to have confirmation as well as temporary ID cards. And if I were them, I would recommend that they print or save as a PDF so that they have just a record of. But that's how simple it is. If we weren't talking about every screen, Luis, you know it takes 3 minutes. It's very simple.
So easy. And guys, definitely when you issue the policy, you're going to get that temporary ID card. And these people are not going to get an ID card. So make sure that you save it in your management system. If you've got Agent CRM, you can save that card in there. But what I do is I print that card or save the PDF and I email it to them so they can have it. But then what you also want to do when you go into your broker link and you can search for your client, you can send them an email that shows them how to download that Ameritas app or create it on their computer, their member portal, and they can have that. They can have access to that card via that way. But there is not going to be a card that's mailed out to them. Am I correct on that?
Correct. Now, if they unclick a box, we will mail a card. But we try to encourage people not to do that because it keeps costs down overall for clients and with rates. And truly, once you enroll in a vision plan, you're automatically in VSP or IMED system. So you don't need a card. And the same with dental. You don't need a card, but we do know people like having that security blanket of knowing what it is. But basically, when you are in a dentist's office, if you tell your dentist that you have Ameritas, they're calling into Ameritas to verify what your benefits are when you are in the chair. So you don't need a card, but you can always, they can also get that through that app, or they can create a member account online and they can also print off ID cards. So, yeah.
Pretty easy. So make sure you save that, guys. Yesterday I had two people wanting their cards, and you can request one be sent to them. But the easiest thing is you go find one that you saved in your management system, or just send them the app. Hey, and the instructions that you can download from Ameritas to send that to them. Pretty easy. I mean, it's just have them take control of their insurance. That way they're not always bugging you.
Great. Yep. So now, Louise, can you confirm, can you see the agent marketing site?
Yes, I can. And one more question, Manuel. Are rates based on age? So age doesn't matter. Rates are based on how many people are enrolling. One person, two people, or three or plus more. So when you go and quote, you're going to choose how many people want the plan.
Correct. Correct. And whether you are 26, 56, or 166, we do not have an upper age limit, but to be their own policy holder, they have to be 18. But as long as you are quoting the same plan in the same zip code, the rates will be the same no matter what age they are. Yep, great question. So I'm also going to be sending this link to Louise so that you will have access into the agent marketing site. This has some of the newest, latest information. This talks about the app right here. This is kind of like the front page of a newspaper. So under agent resources, this tab is exactly what it says, resources for agents. So underneath this webinar resources, I like to point out there's a really nice FAQ in English and in Spanish. So you may want to check that out, as well as videos about Ameritas or our dental plan in both English and in Spanish. And some also just sales tips and short little videos, 3 to 5 minutes, on how Sales Connect can help you, or about QR codes, for example. So these are all resources available to you as agents. Under the tab, and this is the most important tab or information we're going to talk about today, is share with clients. Information under this tab is meant to be forward-facing and shared with your clients. So when you click on this and you scroll down, remember, not all plans are created equal within each state. So I mentioned that we offer individual dental and vision in all 50 states. Well, we have product in all 50 states. We do not offer dental in Massachusetts, only vision. So we have product in all 50 states, but we do not offer dental in Massachusetts, only vision. And you'll notice these are state-specific marketing pieces. So Texas is right here. When we train, we do our trainings off of the top one, the base plans. The very top is what we do trainings off of, which is the majority of the states. But for example, here's Texas. So I'm going to click, here's English and Spanish. I'm going to click on this marketing piece. and you'll see that it's a side-by-side comparison of the plans we just talked about. The difference is that in Texas, we don't have in and out of network coinsurance. It's the same coinsurance in and out of network. But if someone goes out of network, we just reimburse at the lowest fee schedule in that zip code. But it's the same coinsurance. But you'll see the plan designs. You're always going to want to read the lower left hand to see if there's any tweaks off of those plans. And then on the back side, it will talk about in and out of network, for example, teeth whitening, just basic information about the plans. But this is also where you can customize. And I know Luis is all about getting your name out there, customizing, making it yours, instead of just handing out a sheet that they may not know who my agent is with this. You want to get your information on there. And you can also take your personal URL link and turn it into a QR code and put it right here in the box. So that means if you are handing these out, or if you put these in an employer's break room or on a bulletin board in an employer's break room, when they take their camera and they take a picture, just like when you're in a restaurant with a QR code, it pulls up the menu, it's going to pull up your personal URL link. If they apply, you get credit for that. So this is a great way to customize the marketing materials for yourself. But if you are selling in different states, you're going to want to make sure that you pull up the state-specific pieces. Anything to add there,
No,
Luis?
that's good. What I do is I have a folder and I have these brochures ready to go. In that way, they're easily accessible. And guys, I'm creating a classroom for dental and vision. I'll have all these on there, but the easiest thing is just to download the one that's for you. Now, if you happen to put your link out there on social media and you're selling, you can't really target your state, but if you pick up somebody in a state that you're not licensed in, Lori, can you walk and you tell us what happens there to the agents and their commissions?
Yeah, I'm going to finish with vision and then I'm going to circle back to that.
Okay,
Luis.
perfect.
Great question. So these are our vision brochures and they work exactly the same way. Now there's a couple state specific vision. And if you do sell in Washington, the plans we talked about, you're going to want to make sure you have this information for Washington because Washington's unique. But this works exactly the same way with vision, where it's a side-by-side comparison and you can customize, put a QR code and share that with clients. Currently, the only state we do not offer vision in is Maryland. But in April, we now have approval to offer VSP in Maryland. So starting April 15th, your link, because we do an update launch on April 14th. So you will have, your link will automatically be updated and you will now have vision in Maryland. There's also information here if you are an agent who likes newsletters or has a website. Here's information on credit for prior coverage, or maybe here's a postcard. You can pull up this postcard, customize it, put a QR code, and then you can hand postcards out when you run into people and just say, here, just take a picture of this. My link will pull up. If you have questions, please let me know. Or how to choose a vision plan, or how to use your benefits. Online resources that are available for you. Pre-crafted social media. So Luis had alluded to this as well. So you can go in and there's somewhere you can just insert your personal URL link, copy, paste, post, and put on social media. These have already been approved, created. You do not need to recreate the wheel with social media. Now, when you do put things on social media, for example, you may have someone click that is in a state that you do not have a non-resident license in. Ameritas just recently changed so that we are now doing we are checking for non-resident license ahead of sale instead of post sale. And so if you do not have a non-resident in that state, it's going to bounce back to that client to say, you need to reach out to your agent. And just know that it's probably because it's in a state that you do not have a non-resident. And then it's up to you to decide, do you want to get your non-resident and follow up with them and sell the case? Or if this is a one-off, maybe you know someone, you can loop it back to Luis, who has a non-resident in that state, and they can enroll that individual. But when you go to put in a zip code, if you do not have a non-resident in that state, you will see the bounce back. Okay. And we cannot pay commission if you're not appointed or don't have a resident or non-resident license. So under Contact Us, this is our sales team. And again, I cover you and partner with you in all 50 states. This is our Sales Connect team, small and mighty. And they can assist. There's a Spanish line, there's an English line with any pre-sale question that you have. If you have a client that is starting to ask some questions that are kind of getting in the weeds, Sales Connect is awesome. They will be able to assist you with, and you can just email or call. Personally, I always like paper trail, but you can also call. If you have questions about getting into the producer portal to track your book of business, this is who you would contact. With any licensing commission questions, remember, if you get non-resident license, make sure to let Ameritas know so that we can pay you commission on those. Under member account and billing for individual right here, CS stands for customer service. So if you have a client who gets married, they move, they need to update billing or payment information. This is post-sale and where they should go for post-sale questions. Again, Dental Network, if they want to nominate someone, look up a dental provider, dental cost estimator, estimate on certain procedures in zip codes, and contact information for claims. Dental and Vision right here. And then again, we talked about the producer portal. So once they get their personal URL link in that same email, they can register for the producer portal. Then all they have to do, well, after they've registered, this is just an easy, fast sign in for them. And it's all on the agent marketing site. So again, it's a lot of information, but truly, it's not a matter of if, but when you're going to get asked about individual dental and vision, and you want to be proactive. What will your solution be? What is your answer? And Ameritas is truly the best partner for you. Luis, awesome partner for you. He knows more about Ameritas than anyone I know. So please reach out if you've never sold and would like your hand to be held through your first couple cases. Please let us know. Remember our product simplicity, our member value, the ease of enrollment, next day coverage, credit for prior coverage. And I promise you will grow your book of business. Luis, any
perfect. I was typing away on commissions. So yes, guys. So there's new business commissions and renewals. New business, and correct me wrong if I'm wrong here, Lori. New business is for the first 12 months of the policy year. Yeah.
Correct.
And then after that, it's going to go straight into the renewal phase.
Correct. And you still get paid, but it is a decrease.
Yeah, it is what it is, guys. And the way I look at it is because they're now getting year 2 benefits. And, this is one of this is what I have done, guys. And I will tell you, when you're selling an ACA policy, just got to throw it out there. Just quote it as part of the package. That's huge. Okay. Make it part of your package, and it's such an easy sell. When you're dealing with Medicare on the supplement side, throw it in there. Okay. Hey, your Medicare supplement doesn't have any dental or vision to it. Just throw it in there. You got your Med Sup premium, and then you will also have your dental and vision premium. It is what it is, guys. Just put it in there. And here's the one thing that I will tell you. You will hit 100% on no sales if you never offer it. Okay. I mean, you'll be the best at not selling if you never offer it. If you throw it out there as a package, and the word that I like to use is most. Most of my clients add dental and vision to their plan. Again, people are like, just that they like the safety of the herd. If the herd is going that way, they want to go with the herd. Yes, you'll get a few lone wolves, but people want to do what everybody else is doing. They don't want, be left out. So I like to take advantage of the wording of most of my clients add dental and vision to their plan. Here's your dental premium. Here's your vision premium. Here's what it covers. And all I need is your banking information. Let's get you set up on that portion. And guys, I will tell you this, as far as commissions, it is as earned, which means when they pay their premium, then you get a commission statement, or you get paid commission on that, which is beautiful. As earned commissions are the best, guys, because you never have to worry about chargebacks. And that's real money that you can spend, as opposed to advanced commissions where you got no idea whether they're going to keep the policy next month or in the future, and you may have to pay that back. Any other questions, guys? I would, if you type them in there, or you can unmute, I will tell you there's a couple of things. Make sure that you're part of my new school. Okay. This link, we're still using the old links, but I'm going to stop using the old ones here pretty quick. I'm not monitoring the other school platform. My new ACA and Medicare Mastery school platform, there is a charge, but it's free for all of the agents. Okay. So you don't have to pay, but you've got to connect with me so I can email you. And that way you don't have to get set up on the paid school version. Okay. So make sure that you're part of that. If you do not have a contract with Ameritas, email me. Then what I'll do is I'll email you a DocuSign where you will fill out the application. We'll get it sent into Ameritas in about a week. Maybe. How long is contracting taking right now, Lori?
Oh, right now it's taking 10 to 12 days.
Okay.
Sometimes faster, sometimes a little longer, but don't delay. Yeah.
Okay. 10 to 12 days, guys. You get your welcome email. And then when you get that welcome email, that you'll have your PURL, which you need to bookmark. I have a folder called dental. And in that folder on my Chrome, when I open it up, it's got my PURL, it's got my broker link, and it's got my marketing link where I can download everything, and it's easy. Take advantage of booking or bookmarking, all of that, so that it's easy for you. Any final questions? Lori, I think
Luis,
yes.
Luis, couple things I just want to say, and keeping a folder is absolutely great, but also please continue to go out to the marketing site, because they do update that information often. So you want to make sure that you don't have old information that you're sharing. So you do want to, especially after April, after the next launch, to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information. And also, just to tag team on what you mentioned, I like to think about the fast food industry and how many times we walk in and they always ask us, even if we order a sandwich, if we want a drink and fries with that, if we want to make it a meal. And they ask us the question, and do you know that the fast food industry has grown their book of business by almost 40% just by asking that question? And so you may not want a meal today, but you may in a week or in a month or in 6 months, but they ask it consistently. And that's what you want to train yourself, is that you're asking every single time. Don't think that because your client said no the last time you asked them about individual dental vision, that they're not going to need it in 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. And also, when you do write a plan, chances are that your client has a friend or knows someone who's going through the exact same situation. And again, referrals are golden. So ask clients, ask the question, don't be afraid. The worst thing they can say is no, but the best thing they can say is yes. And I think that once you start getting in that habit, you'll be surprised. That's all.
Easy enough.
Over to you.
Yep, I'm with you. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much. We are good to go. Tomorrow, I will be doing ACA 101. We're starting class 1. And then Thursday, we would be doing Medicare 101. So I'm getting back to my normal routine. Guys, please make sure that you're part of the ACA Medicare Mastery School. If it shows any other school, you're not in the right one, guys, so you're not going to get the link. Okay, Manuel, you are already in my in school, so you are good to go. Okay, so also make sure to, when you're in the community section of school. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this right now, just so that you guys know what it looks like. Quick little share. Let's see here. Here you go. So you guys are seeing my school platform, the new one. It'll say ACA and Medicare Mastery. Okay. And then you will see up here on top, you will see the link, the new link that I'm going to be posting for ACA and Medicare 101s. Okay. The classrooms right now are getting built out, so everything will be added on here. And this is the room that I will be monitoring. Okay. The other one just got a little out of hand. There are agents in there that shouldn't have been in there. But on here, guys, me and my admin, we will be looking at this and we will be supporting you. So if you've got questions, ask them in here. Okay. We will respond. The other one just got, it just got crazy. Anyway, this is the one to be part of. Okay. If you go here on your own, it's going to ask you to pay $49 a month. Okay. I need to send you the private invite that gets you in the back door so you don't have to pay. All right, guys. Hey, Rudy, I think you're also in here. But do me a favor. You got my email. Scroll up, email me, and that way I can get you added. Manuel, I know you're good. Rudy, I think you're good too. I think I saw you already on that list. Lori, hey, thank you for helping us out. Kelly, I don't have you on there. Kelly, email me, please. I know I didn't see you on that list. But hey, guys, thank you so much. And Lori, I appreciate your time. Thank you for helping us with this dental and vision product.
You're so welcome. Have a great day, everyone. Good luck.
Okay. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.